So this is Hiko-Simon. Welcome to Tokyo Tonight, which is my weekly roundup of news and topics in Japan. This is going to be a 5-minute video tonight. Hopefully I'm going to keep it to 5 minutes, featuring the stories that I like to pick up during the week and save in my Flipboard magazine. I'm going to talk you through them in English. There's also a Japanese version of this, which I'm also going to upload at the same time. I'm going to try to keep to the same length. And if you want to see and discuss these topics with me live, that's what this is for. I do a live show every Sunday night, 11 p.m. Japan time, and you can come and join me and we can actually talk about them. But for now, here's me telling the topics that I've picked up and found interesting this week. There's been a lot of stuff going on. I guess first of all, let me just refresh the screen here. Make sure I've got the latest stuff, because I just added some stuff. There's been some news tonight. The first story here is up here. It's a video which was forwarded by Hiroko Tobuchi talking about Japan's disposable workers. It talks about labor reforms in the last particularly 10 but also 20 years and the working poor situation in Japan and how it's really changing Japanese society. Very interesting subject. I have not been able to watch the video yet, but the topic is good. It's being recommended by New York Times Pulitzer Prize winner Hiroko Tobuchi. And it's a really fascinating subject, particularly from the, starting with the collapse of the bubble, but of course going through the Koizumi labor reforms as well, and that's super interesting. So I've kind of bookmarked that to watch myself, but that's recommended. Tonight, I guess I'm going to get more information in the discussion afterwards, but of course by now people have heard that AKB 48, they were at a fan meeting event in Iwate, which is where they basically allow fans come up, and apparently you have to buy CDs, or maybe a certain number of CDs or whatever, to get a ticket to actually meet them when they come, although they do have general handshakes as well. But they're at this kind of fan greeting event, and one of the members of AKB48, not disclosed who yet, was stabbed, and apparently 2 of the staff there. Over 50 members of the band, of the group, at this meeting. The details are still not clear, except that 3 people were stabbed and taken to hospital, although they're all conscious. Of course, hoping that they're well. I mean, whatever you think about AKB 48 and what it represents, doesn't like it or lump it. These are young girls who are out meeting fans. They don't deserve to get stabbed. And the guy, obviously, a nutcase, and we're going to find out. I guess brace yourself, because you're going to hear a lot about this, and there's going to be some discussion about this later. But obviously, a terrible thing. And is it going to get to the point that, again, you can't be any sort of celebrity in Japan and meet people in public? Is that where this is going? I hope not. Some other news, big news tonight, is of course over the East China Sea. And basically, you might remember a year ago, maybe less than a year ago now, China defined an air defense zone which overlapped with the Senkaku Islands, which are currently controlled by Japan. So it overlaps over Japanese territory, where China says they're not allowed to fly planes, and goes all the way beyond the middle line between China and Japan. China is doing exercises with Russia at the moment in that sea, and Japan was flying in its own aerial defense zone, and the 2 of them overlap now, of course, because China's got this zone where they say Japanese planes aren't allowed to fly. Japan flew a monitoring plane through its own zone, but in the zone overlapping with China, and they basically got buzzed by Chinese fighter jets tonight. And this all seems to me to be going on a line like this, where basically, and this is the thing, when you're a dictatorship, you can play a long game. And they're escalating. They keep sending in more ships. They're getting closer to the islands, more incursions. They're getting more aggressive. And this is it. They just keep testing Japan, and Japan really can't do anything back. And unfortunately, I don't know what can be done to stop it, but this all seems to me to be going to a place that there's going to be Japanese planes are going to get shot at. This is just going to go to something really ugly. And I hope something can be done to stop it. And the best thing can be, of course, the United States stepping up to say that they won't tolerate it. But even then, given what's happening in the Philippines and Vietnam and everything like that, they're getting bolder, and I'm not sure that America's going to step up and do that. But we'll see. Some other things I found really cool. There's been a really cool video released on the on the YouTube creator blog, highlighting new features that are going to be coming out soon, including like a mobile editing app, which creators can use, and various other things, captioning apps, different types of fundraising and stuff like that. That's cool. I found a great article on untranslatable Japanese words, which I think is also very cool, and how they try to express those. Suggest you have a look through those. It's just really good reading. And that's basically it. I mean, there's rolling out more free Wi-Fi to Japanese tourists. Tokyo was recently voted by a big survey of international tourists as the best tourist visiting location, which is kind of surprising to me, because it never was that tourist friendly. But they are working very hard on it, and it's good to see it getting results. And that's about it. So hope you enjoy that. If you want to watch the full hour show and really discuss these topics in detail, that's what I do the live show for every Sunday. So I guess if you missed that, you're watching this. But come join me every Sunday, 11 p.m. live, and we can discuss it together. But that is the English version, the 5-minute version of the news and stuff that I'm going to talk about tonight, May 25th on this show. And now I'm going to switch over into a Japanese version. Peace.